The Arnold Classic is, without a doubt, one of the most iconic bodybuilding competitions in the world, and today we're officially kicking off a brand new series where we'll explore this history from the very beginning. Even though the first edition back in 1989 has very little information available, that doesn't take away from its importance. If anything, it highlights how much the event has grown and evolved over the years. And it's this simple beginning that makes the whole journey so interesting. In this video, we're taking a step back to understand the environment that allowed one of the sport's most prestigious stages to be born. Before we get into legendary champions, epic battles, and historic moments, we need to understand what the Arnold Classic actually is, where the idea came from, and why it ended up taking over the world. Had you ever wondered about that? As we explore that first edition, the goal isn't just to talk about who won, but to set the stage for everything that's coming next. Each year of the Arnold Classic carries its own stories, memorable athletes, and changes that shaped the way bodybuilding is viewed today. And even with little material available, this first episode feels like opening the doors to a whole new universe. And speaking of a huge universe, one of the most fascinating things is seeing how the Arnold Classic kept growing year after year until it became the event everyone recognizes today. So before we move on to the later editions, the ones packed with details and tons of information, go ahead and leave your like on the video. And without further delay, let's get started. The Arnold Sports Festival is a true giant in the sports world. It brings together dozens of different disciplines under one roof and attracts athletes from all over the globe. When we talk about this festival, we're talking about something way bigger than just bodybuilding. It's strength, performance, health, entertainment, and competition all happening at the same time. And that massive scale is exactly what makes the event stand out as one of the most complete in the world. Right at the center of this massive universe is the Arnold Classic, the most prestigious and anticipated bodybuilding competition of the entire festival. It's the one that draws the biggest stars, the most passionate fans, and the spotlight of the global media. For many people, the Arnold Classic is the main reason to follow the event, and that's not by accident. Its high standards, the level of its athletes, and its tradition make it an absolute reference in the sport. Because of that influence, the Arnold Classic eventually became almost synonymous with the festival itself. It's very common to hear people call the entire event the Arnold Classic, simply because it's the most famous and recognizable part of the whole weekend. And this mix-up happens even among longtime bodybuilding fans, because the Classic's presence is so strong that it ends up overshadowing the other sports around it. But understanding the difference between the two is important if you really want to appreciate everything the festival offers. While the Arnold Classic represents the peak of professional bodybuilding at the event, the Arnold Sports Festival as a whole is a massive ecosystem filled with different sports and side activities. Knowing how to separate these concepts helps you see how this whole structure grew and expanded over the years. And it's exactly this relationship between the festival and its most famous competition that makes the Arnold Classic's history so special. A major event from day one that eventually found its strongest identity in the very sport that won the crowd's heart. The story of the Arnold Classic begins with two names that together changed bodybuilding forever: Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Lorimer. Arnold brought his fame, his vision, and his passion for the sport. Lorimer brought decades of experience organizing large-scale sporting events. The blend of these two worlds created the perfect foundation for something ambitious, professional, and much bigger than any competition that existed at the time. From the very beginning, the goal was clear: to elevate bodybuilding to a whole new level. The first edition took place in 1989 in Columbus, Ohio, a city that would quickly become synonymous with the event. Choosing Columbus might sound surprising, since most people would expect something this big to happen in Los Angeles or New York. But Lorimer, who was a major figure in the city, knew exactly how to structure an event of this size right there. And with Arnold by his side, Columbus became the center of attention in the bodybuilding world. The impact was immediate. Even in its very first year, the Arnold Classic stood out thanks to its flawless organization. Nothing felt improvised, nothing was left to chance. The setup, the logistics, the promotion, everything showed that this wasn't just another competition. It was a project built by people who deeply understood the sport. That level of professionalism surprised athletes, fans, and even the media. Another factor that made the event special from the start was the level of the competitors. Instead of treating the first edition as a trial run, the organizers brought in some of the best bodybuilders of that era. That move instantly built credibility and made it clear the competition wasn't there to play a supporting role in the sports world. And that's exactly what makes its origins so remarkable. The Arnold Classic didn't need multiple editions to prove its worth. It started strong, started big, and started right. When it comes to importance within bodybuilding, the Arnold Classic holds a spot that few events ever reach. It's recognized worldwide as the second biggest stage in the sport, right behind the legendary Mr. Olympia. That ranking didn't happen by chance. It came from years of excellence, tradition, and creating an environment where only the best step on stage. For many athletes, competing at the Arnold Classic feels almost as significant as being at the Olympia, and in some cases, even more challenging. One of the reasons behind that prestige is the size of the prizes. Over the years, the Arnold Classic has offered impressive rewards, combining cash, vehicles, and even luxury items, that not only elevated the status of the professional athlete, but also pushed the event to a level rarely seen in bodybuilding. Winning there didn't just mean taking home a title, it meant worldwide recognition, respect from fans, and often a major shift in an athlete's career. Beyond the prizes, the event's visibility has always been a huge advantage. With Arnold Schwarzenegger present, international media naturally paid more attention and showed more excitement. TV channels, fitness magazines, and digital platforms consistently highlighted the competition as one of the major moments of the season. And of course, the more visibility, the greater the responsibility, something that only pushed the Arnold Classic to grow even more. Every year, athletes from around the world saw it as the perfect stage to showcase their progress, strategy, and ability to push past their limits. That energy helped turn the event into one of the most anticipated highlights of the entire year, both for competitors and fans. All of this makes the Arnold Classic much more than just a competition. It's a symbol within bodybuilding. The Arnold Sports Festival is impressive not just for its size, but for the variety of sports it brings together, creating a diverse and vibrant athletic atmosphere. While bodybuilding is the main attraction, the event goes far beyond it, hosting strongman, fitness, figure, bikini, arm lifting, and many other categories that draw athletes from all over the world. Each stage has its own identity, its own audience, and its own energy, turning the festival into a true celebration of human performance. Strongman, for example, always grabs attention with its raw strength. Athletes lifting logs, pulling cars, and taking on extreme challenges. Fitness and figure categories focus on symmetry, presentation, and aesthetics, offering an interesting contrast to strongman's sheer power. Bikini, on the other hand, became massively popular over the years and is one of the most followed divisions among fans. To keep everything running smoothly inside this huge ecosystem, each category has its own specific name and rule set. That's important because it avoids confusion and helps the audience instantly understand what they're watching. Even though all the divisions belong to the world of bodybuilding and fitness, each one has different goals, different techniques, and completely different judging criteria. This clear organization makes the event even more attractive for both athletes and spectators. Anyone visiting the festival can walk a few steps and go from an intense strength challenge to artistic routines, choreographed performances, or aesthetic evaluations. With so many sports growing and evolving together, the Arnold Classic benefits directly, gaining even more visibility and importance within the festival. Over the years, the Arnold Classic has gone through major changes that helped shape what it is today. Each adjustment reflected not only the trends within bodybuilding, but also how the event responded to the expectations of fans and athletes. One of the most impactful changes happened in 2014 when the Ms. International, one of the top female bodybuilding competitions, was officially removed from the festival. That decision sparked discussion, but it also opened room for new structures within the event. That same year, a major addition made its debut, the 212 division. Designed for athletes weighing up to 212 pounds, around 96 kilograms, this category quickly became one of the most exciting parts of the Arnold Classic. It gave incredibly talented bodybuilders, who, because of their weight limit, couldn't compete fairly in the open class, a real chance to shine. The arrival of this division added diversity to the stage and expanded the festival's competitive reach, drawing in even more fans. These changes show how the event has always adapted to the sport's needs. The Arnold Classic was never static. Instead, it evolved right alongside bodybuilding. By reorganizing categories and opening space for new divisions, the festival stayed relevant and kept its reputation as one of the most respected environments in the competitive world. Another major moment came in 2020 when the pandemic brought an unexpected global impact. For the first time in history, most of the Arnold Sports Festival had to be canceled, even before a single confirmed case in the state of Ohio. That decision, seen as drastic at the time, showed just how seriously the organizers took the safety of athletes and spectators. The Arnold Sports Festival impresses not only with its structure, but also with numbers that feel pulled from a global mega-event. It is officially the largest multi-sport event in the world in terms of athlete participation, surpassing even the Olympic Games in that category. Every year, more than 20,000 competitors from over 80 different countries travel to Ohio to take part in dozens of disciplines. It's almost like watching a mini sporting world concentrated in one place, each athlete bringing their own culture, style, and story. These massive numbers help explain why the festival became so famous and respected. The diversity of participants creates a unique atmosphere where bodybuilding fans stand side by side with martial artists, gymnasts, strength athletes, and so many others. Speaking of sports dominance, it's worth highlighting the biggest champions in the festival's history. Among women, the record belongs to Iris Kyle, with an incredible 7 Arnold Classic titles, on top of being the greatest Ms. Olympia champion ever. For the men, the most successful competitor is Dexter Jackson, with 5 titles, a legendary athlete known for his consistency and razor-sharp physique. But the festival also keeps some fun backstage stories. Jim Lorimer, co-founder of the event alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger, had a completely unexpected life before entering the bodybuilding world. He was an FBI agent and later served as a politician in Worthington, Ohio. His organizational expertise, combined with Schwarzenegger's charisma and influence, played a key role in turning the Arnold Classic into the phenomenon we know today. These behind-the-scenes stories make the Arnold Sports Festival even more fascinating, showing that the event is much more than just competitions. It's a mix of incredible stories, legendary athletes, and a structure that exceeds any expectation. And when we think about the very first edition of the Arnold Classic in 1989, it's impossible not to highlight the name that officially started it all, Rich Gaspari. Already established as one of the top athletes of his era, Gaspari stepped on stage in Columbus determined to make history, and he did. His victory kicked off a tradition that would become one of the most important in all of bodybuilding. For many fans, that moment represented the birth of a new giant on the competitive calendar. Gaspari's presence also helped legitimize the Arnold Classic from day one. After all, the first winner wasn't just a newcomer, but a world-renowned athlete known for his extreme conditioning and unmatched work ethic. That first title showed that the competition wasn't going to be just another show, but a stage reserved for the best of the best. Did you expect the very first edition to be on such a high level? While the Arnold Classic Open was celebrating its first major men's champion, the event also introduced its first women's winner, Jackie Paisley, champion of the Ms. International. Her victory added strength and elegance to the festival's debut, proving that women's bodybuilding would also have an important place in this brand new stage. Paisley became a reference for many athletes and helped set the standard of excellence that would define the editions that followed. These two names, Gaspari and Paisley, represent more than just winners. They represent the spirit of the early Arnold Classic, the pursuit of peak performance, constant evolution, and a stage where the best athletes in the world could show their full potential. Their victories lit the path for everyone who would climb that stage in the decades to come. As we wrap up this first chapter, it's clear that the Arnold Classic is far more than a simple competition. It's the starting point of a massive story that continues to shape bodybuilding to this day. And if you made it this far, it's because you also feel that same passion for the journeys of the sport's greatest athletes. So I want to invite you to stick with us throughout this series. Each episode will bring new stories, big rivalries, and moments that defined entire generations. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Before we close out, don't forget to drop that like. It really helps keep our work going. And if you enjoy this kind of content and want to support the channel even more, consider becoming a member. It helps us produce videos that are even richer, more complete, and packed with history. And of course, if you're not subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to join our community. Here, you'll always find quality content about bodybuilding, sports legends, and moments that deserve to be remembered. I also want to hear from you. What did you think of this first episode about the Arnold Classic? Did you already know the story behind its debut? Which athlete are you most excited to see in the next chapters? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your participation is key to building this series together and making everything even more engaging for everyone watching. And don't forget, this is just the beginning. In the upcoming chapters, we're going to dive even deeper into the event's evolution, how it grew, which athletes made history, and how it became the second biggest stage in the bodybuilding world. If you enjoy traveling through the history of the sport, you're definitely in the right place. Now, if you want to stay in the zone, I invite you to watch the next video that's about to pop up on your screen. It fits perfectly with this chapter and will help you understand the bodybuilding universe even better. Click it, get comfortable, and keep going with us on this incredible journey. I'll see you in the next episode.